Hello everyone, my name is Zach Rogers and I'm the owner here at Rogers Rod Worx. We're located in Ecru, Mississippi, a little small community here in the northeast corner of Mississippi. Predominantly working class people here. Furniture industry is huge. Growing up, my mom worked in a furniture factory, and my dad was just, he's blue collar. He had his own business, pouring and finishing concrete, both residential and commercial. So we grew up, we didn't have hot rods or muscle cars or anything like that. I didn't really start getting an interest in the cars until I got my, license and was able to drive on my own around 15, 16 years old. And, grew up looking at mini trucking magazines and hot rodder and street trucks and all those magazines there of the time, the early 2000s and kind of in their heyday. And I figured that if I ever wanted to have anything like that, I better learn how to build it, because chances are I probably could never afford to pay somebody to build it for me. So after high school, I took 2 years of trade school at a community college and got my ASE and ICAR certification in automotive refinishing. And it's about that time that I actually started my business. I actually painted my first truck for a customer during that college time frame, so probably 2004, 2005-ish. We'll never forget it, a 78, 76 model Ford truck, four-wheel drive. Painted it with a little 5-gallon compressor with a 2-horsepower motor, a Binks gun, and single-stage paint. And I had to, I remember having to let the compressor build back up so I could spray more paint. The compressor couldn't keep up with it. But, it turned out pretty good for what it was, first timer. And, I say it did. I'd hate to see that truck now, but that's what kind of got me into doing this. I loved being able to see something transform into what most people would consider junk or garbage, and breathe new life back into it, and put a new paint job on it, and dress the interior up, maybe do some motor work and just really bring that vehicle back to life. And that's a lot of what we do here at Rogers Rod Worx. As you can see on our previous videos that we posted, whether it be the Camaro, the Trans Am back here behind me, most people would look at this car when it came in and all the work that needed to be done to it and a rust repair, and either say, hey, let's just start with something fresh, something new, let's throw this away, it would have been discarded. And I love being able to take that and put the effort back into it, rebuild it, and breathe new life back into it. And when this car gets done, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Of course, we're blessed enough to have customers that are willing to put the money into these projects, because they are rather expensive, and we are very aware of that, and we try to be mindful of their money when we're working on them. So again, we grew up doing that. I got out of college. I went into the collision industry working for someone else. I knew that was going to be a stepping stone, but I knew I did not want to stay in the collision industry. There's nothing against those guys that do that. But so I was a painter at a couple of different shops I worked at. One shop at Oxford, Mississippi, which is where Ole Miss is located. We was working over there. I would paint, 3-4 cars a day, and just never really enjoyed that. Never felt like I was able to do my best work. You was always limited by what the insurance company was going to pay, or a time restriction of when it had to be done. So it was always felt rushed, and I never liked that. But during that whole time, like I said, I kind of started in college, got out of college working for other people, but that whole time I was always doing work on the side. I was blessed enough to be able to use my dad's shop, which is where we're located at here now. After he kind of retired, he shut his business down. I was able to purchase this facility from him. Then we've made some additions and kind of set it up to where it suits our needs. But I was always able to do some work. So I kind of started out just doing, actually started out doing mini trucks, putting air ride suspension on S10s, Nissans, Toyotas, shaving door handles, putting full combo skins on the back, LED tail lights, all that kind of good stuff. But I realized real quick, no offense, because I am a mini trucker, but mini truckers typically didn't have any money back in those days. So we would do a lot of the work. We'd do the body work. We'd get them into primer, and a lot of times that's where they would stay. And so we never was able to completely finish a project doing that. So I got into doing more of the muscle cars, the older style cars, your Bel Airs and that kind of thing, the 55, 6, and 7s. Had some customers that brought that and just started doing just all over paint jobs. There was nobody here in this area really that wanted to do that. There's a couple of shops that say they would, but typically they're collision shops, and you have that same old story where a collision shop will say, yeah, we'll take it on, but we'll work on it when we're not doing insurance work. Well, the reality is they're always doing insurance work if they're a good shop, so they never leave time to do a full paint job. So I kind of started my business just doing full paint jobs. I seen there was a market there. People wanted a decent paint job on something, and just needed somebody to do that. So I kind of filled that need, and I stayed busy. We painted a lot of trucks. Trucks are huge down here in North Mississippi. Like I said, a lot of construction industry, a lot of industry, here, manufacturing. We have the world's largest furniture manufacturing, like 2 seconds up the road from us here, Ashley Furniture. So you have a lot of outlying businesses that kind of take care of all this industry. So a lot of construction, and so a lot of trucks. But anyway, doing that repair work, we would fix, peeling paint on hoods and roofs and stuff like that. And then that kind of turned into doing more of a full restoration. Had some customers that, put some trust into me and started out, doing more and more advanced work, I guess you would say, or more involved work as far as the restoration goes. And a lot of it started out with Trans Ams. I've had a customer here, and he's a really good customer, a good friend of mine, a former business partner of mine. We had a business together, but he was flipping Trans Ams pretty much as a hobby, and so we started out doing what we would consider a frame-on restoration, where we would, go through the paint work, the body work, rust repair, a lot of T-top swaps. You buy a hardtop car, put a T-top on it, like we did the car behind us. So we did that. And paint them, he would go through the engines and detail them, do all new interior, change bushings and stuff out on the suspension. And make a really nice car out of it, and then he would flip it for a profit. And got into doing a couple. He wanted to do one for himself. That turned into a full-blown nut and bolt, my first rotisserie build. We done that car in about 6 months, I think, from start to finish. He come up here, and he was helping me at that time. I was pretty much by myself, so he'd come up and work on it, and we worked together. Got that car done, and it turned out to be a really, really nice car. And I'll put some pictures here up as we're talking here about that car. So that one, doing a full restoration, that was wiring harness. I mean, we literally touched every single component here. The only thing that we really don't do here at our shop is full-blown interior, so any kind of custom like upholstery work or engines and transmissions. I don't build those, but we do install them, and we can take them out, send them out, have them built, come back, reinstall them. So again, business just grew and grew and grew. I was able to bring on some employees. Started out with one, and of course that was a step there that was kind of nervous, and about that, having to pay not only myself and take care of my bills, but somebody else's bills as well. And that has grown. Now we're at the two guys over there. We've got Troy, we've got John. My wife is here full time. She runs the office, does all of our billing, looking up parts, ordering parts. Could not run this shop without her here doing that. And so there's three of us out here in the shop working now, and we've got enough work on the books that right now we're telling everybody it's anywhere from 3.5 to 4 years out on work. Just because the nature of what we're doing is so much more involved and so much more time that is invested into these vehicles. We're putting thousands of hours on a project now. And so that's pretty amazing. We're constantly grew from where I started out in that borrowed shop with that little small compressor, that couldn't even keep up on a paint job, to where we are now. It's been a heck of a ride. And of course, I've faced some health struggles throughout building this career. A little bit of a personal note. 2018, I had brain surgery to remove a cyst on my pineal gland in my brain. So the years leading up to that, so from about, let's say 2011 or 12 is when I found out or was diagnosed with having the cyst. So that 5 to 6 year period there before my surgery, my health really declined. Went through a lot of issues, but still we struggled through them. Building a business and doing work here at the shop. Trying to keep up with customers. A damn fly. But struggled through that and made it through it, and just persevered, and we're still here today, able to build. So very blessed to have what we have here going on, and blessed to have the YouTube channel here, blessed to have you as a follower and subscriber if you subscribe to us. And again, just kind of wanted to give you a little bit of a backstory about myself, about the shop, where we are. We're going to introduce you to the guys, Troy and John, and we're going to give you a little quick tour here of the shop. So hey there.
Hey, what's going on?
So, tell us who you are.
John Wages.
What you working on there, John?
71C10.
71C10. Okay. So tell us a little bit about what you do here at the shop.
Paint and body, and just whatever else I'm throwing on.
pretty much anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So what got you into this career?
I grew up in a body shop. My dad had a shop, so I've been in it since day one, and I just enjoy it, and I love doing what I do.
Okay. Okay. So you have any kind of personal projects you're working on of your own?
I do. I got a 92 Mazda B2200. It's bagged. I got a small block Ford in it, and it's a big project, but one of these days I'll be able to finish it and drive down the road.
There you go.
Enjoy it.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about maybe what either one of your favorite projects that you've worked on here, or maybe one of your favorite processes of during the build.
Probably my favorite project would be the 48 Ford that just left.
Yeah.
That was a fun project, and just I enjoy the paint work the most, seeing it come together afterwards, and then watching the customer leave happy in it,
That's right.
That's the best part to me.
I got you. So how long have you been here with us at the shop?
Almost 3 years.
3 years, all right. Well, we're gonna let you get back to sanding on this old truck cab here, and we appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, thank you. We'll see you later.
Hello, sir.
Hey, what's going on?
So let's say, who are you there?
My name is Troy Ray.
Hey, Troy. So what you working on there?
Working on a inner fender for a 71C10.
71C10. We've got the cab there, and of course we'll show you the frame there and some of the other clips. So Troy, what got you into wanting to do body work?
Body work in particular, just a curiosity mostly. Growing up, my dad usually had some kind of old vehicle, but when I was younger, I'd never really had that much of an interest, but I wish I did now. It's mostly just, I've always liked looking at nice paint jobs and wanted to know how they got them to that point, because even before I got into this, you could always look and see, like when you see one that's real wavy, or I wanted to know the difference and how to make something nice.
I got you. So you have a personal project that you're working on?
Yes, I've been working on a '89 Chevrolet C1500.
Okay. Okay. So tell us what's some of the favorite either projects that we've done here, or what is the process that you like the most here at the shop?
I can tell you that one of my favorite things about working here is that I get to do a little bit of every part of the process. But if I had to single out my absolute favorite part of the process of a build, it would be what I started out hating, cutting and buffing probably. It's kind of the last stage. It's stressful, but it's, to me, the most rewarding, because it really brings everything, all the work that was put in the prior, however long it may take on the build, it brings it all together, and it's like that final stage of like, wow, we did that.
That's right.
So.
It's the first thing that people see, but it's probably the most important process of the whole build for sure.
Yes.
All right. So how long have you been working here?
About 4.5 years, if that's right.
Yeah.
Something like that. 2019.
It's about
End of
right.
2019. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, good deal. Well, we appreciate it. We're going to let you get back to work there, and looks like you're doing a fantastic job. So
Appreciate it.
So Trigger, what do you do here at the shop? Is this what you do? You get pets? So once you pull up to our shop, first thing you'll do is come in to our office. Everybody checks in here. This is where the main employee here works. So inside here, it's a little small, but we have some cleaning supplies here that we sell, Wizards products, some buffing pads and stuff that we use. We still have a little bit of merchandise and stuff in here as well, some hats and t-shirts. And right at around here, most important person in the whole shop, Miss Emily, taking care of all of our payroll, our invoicing, our estimating, ordering parts, you name it. So walk through here, a little break room here for the guys. We come in here, so we eat our lunch, take our breaks. We keep this area air conditioned because in North Mississippi in the summer, it gets pretty hot. So shop's not air conditioned, but we keep this nice and cool in here. It gives everybody a place to come and hang out when they get too hot. So we go through here and we're off into the main shop. So as you come out of our break room here, this is going out into our main shop. This is where we're working on the Trans Am. Most of our tools, this is our main building. What I consider our main building is the original building here on the property. The work area is about a 40 by 40. There's 2 roll-up doors there. Then the whole building is a 40 by 60. With our break room being over here, there's a restroom out here for the shop, and then stairs, we have storage upstairs. Again, going back, this is where we just came from, going back over to the break room. And this little area, we're really not 100% sure what we're doing with this. We're kind of in the middle of redoing our shop. As you can see, we've started painting in here. We're kind of doing a lot of remodeling. But right now, we've got some storage over there, some windshields in the corner. There's our arbor press. There's more parts and stuff for another project here. We have our English wheel. We have our Bailey bead roller and the dies and stuff there. And of course, there's parts and pieces laying over here for the Trans Am, mostly air conditioning parts and brakes. My toolbox there, and I have another one over there on that side. But again, this is our 2-post lift over here, working on the Trans Am. So most of the videos that you've seen me working on this car have been here in this shop. And again, I'm just going to kind of give you just a quick walk around. It's a mess, but if it was a clean shop, that means we wouldn't be working, right? So bolt bins over here, we keep L9 bolts for any kind of suspension work. I like those a little bit better than a grade 8. I've had a lot of grade 8 bolts break over the years. And then we keep some stainless hardware there as well, and then some different grinding rocks and surface conditioning pads and whatnot there in the little small box. So again, most of our fab work, our building kind of takes place in this area. All of our welders, our plasma cutters are over here. We have a big table here, a big thick metal fab table that we can use, and it is a mess right now, so excuse that. We have our anvil, grinders. There's a small metal brake over there in the corner. And then this truck here, pretty much this whole bay on this side is dedicated to our C10. There's parts everywhere for it right now. It's kind of in that process of being blown apart. The guys are over there working on the bed or the cab and some of the inner fenders and stuff for the engine bay. So we've got the bed located here. Most of the metal work is done on it. It's just about ready for body work. And then we have the chassis here. Now this is a Roadster Shop chassis that we've built up, and we've got a LSX 454 with a 3.0 Whipple supercharger, and then a 4L85 transmission there as well. And then we've done all of our paint work, working on exhaust. We've got the drive shaft in it. Got it pretty much back to a rolling chassis. Now just throw some more wheels and stuff on it to roll it. Of course, there's parts and stuff for it. John has his box over here. And then through this door here, once I bought the facility here from my dad, I added this area here. I built it as a wash bay. It's kind of turned into a little bit more of a storage area. We do have some vehicles in here that we're working on. This is a 20 by 60 altogether. There's 2 drains in the floor. Back here is a customer's 67 Mustang that we're building up for an autocross car. And then this is my wife's 66 Mustang that we're building for her. Still have some repair work to do here on the quarter panel. Waiting on some interior parts and pieces. But we're building up for her here. And then this is the chassis for a 69 Bronco. There's some parts and pieces over there for it. The body is outside. I'll show you that here. It's actually on a whole nother video. We're doing a build series here on this Bronco, so I'll show you that in a different video. But the body is dropped off here. It's getting ready to be sandblasted this weekend. So we've started tearing it down. It pretty much showed up looking like this. We did take a few things off of it, but like I said, it'll be sandblasted. Then we can start our metal work and rust repairs and all the metal work on that particular body there. So again, you can kind of see the facility there. It's nothing fancy, but it gets us what we need. Then we have storage outside here. These are projects for the future. Some personal, some customers. This half is pretty much just storage. We've got overflow projects and some personal storage and stuff there. And then so we have the other 50 feet here is our paint room. And then this is our pretty much our main body shop area. We try to keep all the dust and dirt and grime and stuff over here. Of course, you can see guys have the 71 C10 here doing body work on the cab. All of the pieces for inside the engine bay, and there's storage cabinets back here for sandpaper and paints and primers and whatever we need there. Troy has a toolbox over here as well. We've got boxes over there for Bondo and filler and spreaders and whatnot there. Then this we built, it's just pretty much just a home-built paint booth. There's a bathroom here on this side. Then back here is our paint mixing room. So we have a storage cabinet there for any of our paint supplies that we need. And then all of our mixing table there, cups, primers, guns, thinner, anything we need. I've got our paint guns and stuff hanging up there as well. And then stepping back into here, we've got pretty much just our just a home-built paint booth. Now this is a 22 by 14 booth. Nothing special, nothing fancy, but it gets the job done and does us what we need to do here. So the good thing here with this shop is, again, I have drains in the floor both in here and in the work area outside. So the way we've set everything up right now, they've got we can pull air from our main shop through here and through our dust system. So we can actually clean this facility up out here. We can wash everything down really well. And if we have to, especially on these bigger projects where we have a lot of stuff that we're working on at one time, we can actually clean this up good enough to where we can paint in this shop here as well, and actually use the fan system and pull air through here back through the paint booth. So it works out pretty good. Doing a full builds like this, they take up a lot of room. to be able to work around, as you can see. So, you know, there is times where we have both everything in here and inside the paint booth over there to where we're painting all at one time or priming all at one time. Now this, we did have the firewall and whatnot has already been painted. Everything underneath the body of this truck has already been painted. So we're working on mostly the inside of the cab and anything in the engine bay. And we did go ahead and start some of our body work on the exterior of the cab as well. But this one is, like I said, we're trying to get it ready for paint on the insides. A lot of work on the cab, a lot of modifications. We've done flush fit glass, both front and rear, windshields and back glass. We've shaved drip rails on this cab. A lot of work on the door jambs. We've installed new, more modern latches and mechanisms there. It's had a full floor pan put in it, rocker panels, modified transmission tunnel. We built a complete firewall for this thing. Lots and lots of metal work and fab work on this particular project. As you can see here, this is one of the inner fenders that Troy has been working on here. So this is all custom hand-built stuff here in our shop. This one has an integrated air filter box here. And then we have a custom-built lid that goes on here. And then we have all kind of little filler panels and stuff here that goes in underneath the hood, little decorative panels that we've built. So a lot of work. And doing this type of work here, it's a lot of hand sanding and a lot of tedious work. And that's where all of the hours comes into on one of these builds, is just that tedious attention to detail kind of work. So that's pretty much our shop. Like I said, we are in a predominantly industrial area here. We're actually in an industrial park. Directly across the road from us here is another furniture manufacturing plant. Down the road there is two more furniture plants. One builds frames for the other businesses, and the other one actually builds furniture. And then directly next door to me, I have a concrete plant located right here. So we have a lot of trucks and a lot of traffic out here and around us, but that's pretty much us. And like I said, we have the two buildings, and this is where it all happens. So there you go, guys. Now you maybe know a little bit more about me, you know a little bit more about our shop, and you've met the guys, you've met the team, and just a quick shout out to both Troy and John. Couldn't do this here without them guys either. They pretty much do anything that I throw at them. They both can weld, they can both do fabrication to some extent, they can both paint, do body work. Like again, anything I throw at them, they're pretty much capable of doing. So we all work really good here together as a team, and we all share that same passion. And to be able to build these vehicles and put that kind of time, effort into them that we do, you definitely have to have a passion to be able to do that. So again, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you have any other questions for us, anything else you want to know, just drop those comments or down into the comments below on this video. And if we have enough questions or whatever, I'll do a follow-up video here in the coming months. Or if it's just a couple of random questions, I'll try to answer those in some upcoming videos that we have. So again, we've been kind of putting this off for a little bit. I hope you've enjoyed it, and appreciate you tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next one.